Hello, I'm Jomika and welcome back to Kerbal Space Program. Let's take a look at mission control like we always do. Actually, it looks like that makes sense. There's nothing new because we checked at the end of last episode. I've already gone and created the next spacecraft, which I will go ahead and show you now. It is going to be the start of our space station. So yeah, why don't we go ahead and get into that build, and then when we come back, we can go ahead and launch it. Alright, that is all built, so let's go to the launch pad. We will make sure we take the space station, I guess space station 1. I changed it real quick. I took out an extra reaction wheels thing. What we're gonna do, actually, let's close that. We're going to go to the astronaut complex. We can have 12 Kerbals, so that is plenty. We want to get some scientists so we can train them up. Let's go ahead and get 1, 2, 3. We'll do 4. We'll get all the scientists we can. I think we can launch all of them into space. It would be a disaster if all of them crashed, but we have money to replace them. So we want to send up Bob. Yes. We'll send you, and we'll send Bill so he can get his spacewalk in, go to space, and get some extra experience. So this is going to be a full flight. The only thing I just thought about is we're not going to be able to bring them back right now. So just in case, we will leave Bob at home. Just in case we need him for something else. But let's go ahead and launch this vessel. I think this will be fine. What can go wrong? So yeah, we're gonna do an orbit of about 120 kilometers. We'll do 125. I think that'll be fine. So we'll go ahead and set up our little ascent guidance, and we'll do 125, and that should all be fine. I will go ahead and close this. We don't really need that right now. Orbit info can stay just for our own curiosity, and that should be fine. All the staging looks okay, and I think we will go ahead and send that up. So I will fast forward until we get into orbit, and then we can go from there. Alright, we have our space station in space. We are in just about 125 kilometer orbit, and yeah, a couple things I had to do while I was going into space was turn off these reaction wheels and turn off this engine. So this was running the entire time. This one was running, and that's not really what we want, because I don't think it's going to do anything. But we did turn it off. We should have enough fuel to get this stage back. And now what we want to do is we want to EVA a lot of these scientists. We can go ahead and do a crew report. I think maybe not. But we will EVA this guy first. You can just take him out. We can do EVA report just above Kerbin's grasslands. We'll keep that. We will board, and we can, what is it? Review that and place it into the lab. So there we go. That is in the lab. It can actually do some research and get us extra research. So we will take a crew report, send that in. We'll go do this and send that. So now what we can do is just take all the science that we get from outer space and send it back into here, and it'll actually get more science. So we did this guy. We can do Verdos. Go ahead and do an EVA report here just above the water, and you can board again. And we can do Carbon Kerman. Go ahead and EVA report you. It's fine. Oh, Burr. Please do not freak out. So we'll reset that and board. We can go ahead and do this, and we'll point prograde again. So while we're doing that, we will review that and send it in. Did we do Ober yet? I don't know if we did, but we can go ahead and take you. Keep data. Board. Review that. And we've already sent that one into the science lab, but we can transmit this home for 8 science since we haven't been above the grasslands and did science there. And Bill, you are still a level 0, so we can go ahead and take you out. EVA report. Highlands, we'll keep that and board. Review the data, place it in there. Any data in here? Nope. And yeah, it looks like that's all good. So that is all of the data we can do. Let's see. Can we level up the crew here? Experience and upgraded her to a level 1 scientist. So everyone is level 1 now. So that's awesome. And we can just leave you guys up here. We can go ahead and start the research. You should be... Yeah, you are keeping up. You are getting some sunlight. We can probably just turn off the lights. We don't need those unless we are flying something into here to connect with the space station. So this will run. We'll get about a half a science per day with the amount of data we have. And this will fill up to 500. And once that's all done, we can transmit all that science home and get an extra whatever science it is. I'm not sure how fast the data goes down, but our rate right now is 0.4 science per day. So that is all for that. We'll go ahead and leave this attached here. It's still got lots of fuel. There's a docking port there, so we can dock at this end. We can dock right here on the other side, and then also right in the middle here. When we dock, we should probably retract the solar panels. That's why I use these, so we can retract them and deploy them over and over again. The other ones, you can only deploy them once, and then that's it. So I wanted to make sure I can use those so we can bring them in and take them out. Because eventually this will probably get crowded. We'll probably also have a dedicated solar panel area. But for now, just to get this in space, that is what I used. So now we can go ahead and decouple this node. And we can send Jebediah home. We'll leave the other guys in space. We will activate this engine. And we will go ahead and point. And we'll just point away. This way. There we go. And we can point retrograde. And we will say goodbye to the Space Center. So now, you actually have full fuel again. So that is good to see. We'll bring this down to about, I don't know, 45, 50 kilometers. And we can go ahead and land this guy back at Kerbal. And yeah, he'll be good to go. Eventually, we will have to set up like a ferry system to get back and forth to the Space Center. And we'll also have things dock there. Or not the Space Center. The thing we just put up in orbit. This thing. The space station. And anything coming back home, I think we will also want to kind of bring the science there and drop it off so we can get even more science out of it. So yeah, I will go ahead and speed this all up and we can get this guy home. So we have Jebediah back. I'm not sure what happened, but the parachute would not deploy. And we almost lost him towards the bottom there. So we're in the deserts, and we've already done that experiment. We can probably do an EVA, take surface sample, we'll keep that, and we will EVA report. Okay, nothing there. So we can board this again, cover the vessel, and head back to the Space Center and just check our stats on that mission. So we got 2.6 science from Jebediah and his desert stuff. So that is all good. We have 1600 science. And yeah, we're gonna need some more money soon, but we can do that another day. Because I think that's going to do it for today's episode. We have lots of Kerbals stranded in space right now. We'll have to design something. Probably take a few years to get them back. But eventually they'll come home and they'll be all scienced up and lots of science experience. So yeah, that's going to do it for today's episode. If you liked today's episode, be sure to hit the like button. And if you haven't subscribed and don't want to miss any future episodes, be sure to hit the subscribe button. And thank you for joining me. I will see you guys next time.